Did you dream about becoming a writer since you were a little girl, or is it something that you kind of stumbled upon later?
I just was always a reader, and I was one of those obnoxious kids that declared I was going to be a writer at 5 before I could write or really read, and always wanted to do it, and then finally got serious about it after college.
If someone has never read any of your books or seen them, what would you say is the draw to them that they would like?
All of my books are about what I would call strong, gutsy girls, like from Lois Lane to my circus characters. They're girls that are really ambitious, that have dreams that they're pursuing, and they also have romance and adventure and all those things that we all love. But I feel really strong about, having a feminist strand to everything I write.
Were you a big fan of comic books before you wrote the Lois Lane books?
Someone asked me to write it. I have been a long-time comic fan, but really it was a dream project, and I was approached and asked if I would be interested in doing it, and obviously the answer was yes. And it's really just been a gift to get to know, Lois Lane fans from every generation, and to be an entry point for people who really didn't know much about the character.
Did you base it at all on any of the shows or movies, or did you just stick to the comics, or how did it all happen?
I just thought about what are the best things about Lois Lane, the characteristics that across all sorts of media that make people love her, and then the ones that are not so good, because the character's been around for 78 years, has a lot to choose from. And so I tried to create kind of what was the best version of Lois Lane, and was very nervous about how fans would respond to it. And fortunately for me, they have all embraced it wholeheartedly. So it's a great feeling to make all those people happy.
And when you do write, how does it work? Do you usually just sit down and you just go for it, or do you figure out what the ending's going to be, or do you find the characters?
A little bit of all. With the Lois Lane books, I have to plot pretty extensively because they want to see what's going to be in the book and that it's not going to be anything too crazy. And I think once you are a professional with deadlines, you kind of have to do more advanced planning. So I would say I'm pretty much an outliner now.
Is there anything like another dream project or comic book character that you would love to write about?
I would love to write like a Batgirl at some point, or Zatanna. I would love to do like a young Zatanna that's kind of like Lev Grossman's Magician's books.
Is there anything else coming from the comic book world that you're working on?
Well, there's a sequel to Lois Lane Fallout. Lois Lane Double Down will be out in May, and actually I have a couple of different graphic projects that I can't talk about yet, and have been talking to some comics people, so we'll see. I have a sequel to my circus book, and my husband and I just co-wrote a middle grade series. It'll be out from HarperCollins in 2017.
What would you say is your biggest message that you hope fans take away from you or from your books?
I would hope that, especially girls, but really everybody, would see that the world is an interesting, challenging place, but you can still do what you want, even if it seems hard or impossible.